Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the craft room with Tanya. Thank you so much for joining me. I do apologise. I've been extraordinarily busy this past week, and just have not had a chance to get into the craft room. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. And this weekend I was babysitting as usual, this time for 3 of my gorgeous grandchildren, as opposed to just the one. And I can tell you, it was great fun. We had an absolute blast. So back into the craft room this morning, I thought I'd do a nice simple little card. Now this is another great one for using up those bits and pieces that you have lying around. I made this with a bit of watercolor paint, as you can see. I just had been toying around with different colors, and it's a pretty little thing, but any background will do. You can use up your pretty papers or your not so pretty papers. Either way, it doesn't matter. This is a great use for them. I have a bit of a background that I've made. I can't remember what I made that for, and I thought this would work very nicely on this card. Now, I'm just going to use a DL. I've cut a panel with one of my DL rectangular nesting dies. I think these are, oh, what do you call them? I've forgotten the name. Press cut. Press cut. I knew it began with a P. Press cut dies. Brilliant, brilliant nesting dies. So I've already pre-cut my panel. I have made my DL card, and you can go back to the one of the previous videos, shows you how you can make your own cards. All I want to do, as you can see from this, is cut a little strip. And again, this is a nesting die, DL nesting die, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be a bog standard rectangular die. You could use a square, you could use a circle, you could use an oval. You use what you have. But I'm quite, I don't know, I think I'm quite linear or something, or I like this sort of geometric shape against the prettiness of the butterfly. So I'm just going to cut this out. I am going to use, excuse me, reaching in front of the camera. I am going to use my eye and a little bit of washi tape, and we'll see how good it is. Now, I don't want it right to the end, but I want to leave room here for the butterfly, or as my little nephew used to call it when he was little, the butternafly, which I think is really cute. The butternafly. Now, where's my ruler? If you're not sure, I think that's pretty straight. That's 20 mil. 20 mil. Do you know what? Just so I've room to put the sentiment in, I want to lift that up a bit. That's a wee bit too close, I think. 25 to 30 would probably be better. That's about 28. Pa! Hold on. That's 26. Just need to move that down a fraction. Oops. I think I shifted that whenever. Oh, that's more than a fraction, but let's see. I've moved it all over the place. No, that's measuring 26, and that's measuring 26. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. When you're doing something quite linear like this on a DL strip, I think it is quite important to make sure that you've got it spot on. Otherwise, it throws everything out. Now, let me just get this cut. And this gives us our little aperture with a stitch around it, which I think is very pretty. There we go. Take those off. I'll set those over there instead of reaching over the camera again. Take your little strip out, put your die away, and there we go. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty. So there we are. Now, take your card, paper, whatever it happens to be. I do tend to make most of my own backgrounds. I enjoy it, but if you have some old papers lying around that you want to use up, if you have papers that are not quite as loved as others, there's a video back showing you how you can fancy them up a little bit or make them more to your taste. However, it doesn't really matter for this one, you know, because you're going to see so little of it. So let me get this cut. Let me see now. Here we go. Just get this. And sorry, just put these in the bin, all the little bits. Oops. Yep, just a few more to poke out. There we go. And there's our butterfly. Now, here's a strip. That's pretty, isn't it? Right, so all I want to do is put this and my butterfly on. Oopsie daisy. Get rid of that. Now, to do that, I'm going to surround the little letterbox aperture with some foam tape. This is sticks to anything foam tape, and I get it in a jumbo roll, which is fab, and it really is. I haven't found its like yet. I really love this foam tape, I have to say. Now, I'm just going to go on round it because it saves me messing about and getting more out later. I'm just going to continue on round. What have I got on my scissors? Goodness only knows. There we are. Grandkids were in the craft room, even though I didn't get much time. They were in the craft room, bless their little socks, at the weekend, and they were having great fun, stamping and cutting out bits and pieces. We're hoping to start making a scrapbook or junk journal, or whatever you like to call it. We're hoping to start doing a little bit of journaling soon. And I'm seriously thinking about doing a kind of like I suppose a YouTube follow along or blog or whatever you like to call it, because I've never made one before. But the ephemera, if you're buying it, oh, what am I doing? I'm cutting the wrong thing, or I'm peeling the wrong bit off. I'm that busy chittering. I'm not focused. Doesn't really matter. We'll manage, won't we? Now, I shouldn't have done that, but oops. There we go, push those to the side. Now there is my little piece. Isn't that? Oh, that is not what I wanted to happen. Oh, I was lucky there. There's my little piece. Now, I have stuck that at a rakish angle, but again, doesn't matter. Don't get too hung up on that. I'm actually putting the Pritt stick, which any type of glue will do, onto these foam tape bits, so that when I put it down on my card, I can still move it around a little bit if it's not exactly right or square. And that looks pretty perfect to me. And there we go. It also, if there's a wee bit on the card behind, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of Pritt stick on that either to get it glued down. Now, all we have to do is add our little butterfly and our sentiments. So I'm going to use a drop of, this is Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive Craft Glue. I use Tombow, I use this. I pretty much use whatever I have to hand. I must admit, I really like this one, simply because it has a nice fine nozzle. And I find for those tricky little things that you make, it's much easier to use. Although I do love my Tombow as well. Now, let me get rid of that and let this sit for a second or two. Sorry, I didn't say, this die that I used was a SIzzix. It's a beautiful two-piece SIzzix butterfly die. I've used it in the past on these videos, and I absolutely love it. I have it here somewhere. Where are you? Oh, too much stuff. Yeah, there you are. There's the other piece. It cuts out an outline, and this piece cuts, you know, that sort of filigree bit out. And it's a lovely two-piece SIzzix. Now, the stamp is on it, so it's a SIzzix 661802. This is A and this is B. Simple as that. Now, the happy birthday sentiment is my good old gummy pan, and I have pre-cut that. So all I have to do is stick this on. Now, I'm going to do that. Oops, a daisy. Bent my Y right back. I normally start from the corner and work back. So I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of glue on this, here and there. Just on the wider sections. And then over the rest of it, I'm going to use my precision pen. Where are you? There it is, my Nouveau Smooth precision pen. Just make sure it's working. And then you literally just go over the bits, those fine little bits with this one. And it's terrific. There we go. Oops, that was a wee bit too much. Now let's see. I think that's gone off a bit, that glue, if it's possible. I'm not sure, but it's looking very, very runny. Now, there we go. Let's just position that. That's it. Now, let me get a clean baby wipe just to give that a little wipe to make sure. There we go. And let's do the happy. Where did I put the happy? I've lost the happy. It's not good when you've lost your happy. Where on earth? Ah. Oh boy, one of those mornings, what can I say? It's like having a grandchildren hangover. I'm shattered, but happy. They're adorable. There we go. Now, put that in there. Where is it? There we go. I'm just going to run this off on a piece of scrap card here, just so I don't have, oops, too much, and set that into place. There we go. Now, I've just put a little weight on that for a second. Make sure I have it down. And there you go. Simple as that. A little birthday card. But this would work, this one in particular, not so much the first one. The first one's quite a cheery, bright colour. This would work for anything if you were doing it, you know, I call them happy sentiments. So happy birthday, happy retirement. You could use it for get well soon. This one you could use even for with sympathy. It doesn't really matter. But it's just a different take on the same card. And again, like I said before, you could make these into, you know, a triptych. You could have 3 of them, completely different, but all the same card. And to make this original one, I used watercolours on watercolour card, and I just ran them into each other a little bit, or bloom, isn't that what you call it? And I've got glue on that, so I need to get that off. There we go. And this was just messing about, and then I thought, oh, I could use that up. So you can make your own backgrounds. I'll put the link in to making your own background. I'll also put the link in how to cut your own card into the comment section, or not the, you know what I mean, the bit down below. So I'll do that for you, and then you can follow on. But I thought those were very, very simple, quick, easy make, and really rather cute. I hope you like them. I really, really do. And as I said, please, please, please use what you have. Somebody asked me why I haven't got a supplier list. There's 2 good reasons why I don't have a supplier list. One, I am not sponsored. Nobody sends me bits and pieces to try on their my videos. I'm not at that stage. I'm not at that point where I am being sent products to put on the YouTube crafting channels. I just use my own stuff, and I use what I have, and it's as simple as that. And I encourage everybody that watches these videos to use exactly that, what they have in stock, because they are expensive things to purchase. You don't need to rush out and get a set of, you know, DL stitch and dot nesting dies, which is what this one is, by the way. It's a little stitch and a little dot. I think it's ever so pretty, and that's what it does. Exactly what it says on the tin is stitch and dot. I love them, but I use them all the time, so that's okay. If you're going to use it all the time, you can get it from, I think I bought these from Craft Stash UK, but any stockist will do a set of DL nesting dies, and will do your DL rectangles for cutting out for your DL cards. But again, this will work with a square, on a square card, with a square backplate. It's you just make it work for you. You could do it in an oval or a circle or anything. The butterfly is very versatile and will work with anything. I just liked this sort of the look of this. And again, if you put a dragonfly on that, you could put a little boat, you could put a little car, you could turn the car the other way and make it look like it was a little road, or it doesn't matter. And that's a gorgeous card for a chap as well as a lady. So there you go. I'll leave it at that and let you use your own imagination and have fun with it. But if you want SIzzix, press cut, and this was press cut. I think this was Craft Stash. I can nearly talk. I think this was Craft Stash's own. This nesting DL stitch and dot, but don't quote me on that. I've had it quite a wee while and I can't remember. The Happy Birthdays got me a pan, and there you are. So we don't need a suppliers list because it's there, and I've just quoted it, I hope, because I'm not very good at putting all the www and things, and I haven't the patience for it. I'm useless. I do apologise. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you give it a go, and I jolly well hope that you remember to give me the good old thumbs up, please, if you did. And if you get a chance and you haven't already, please do subscribe to our channel. And if any of you have ideas out there that you would like to share with the rest of the group that have subscribed to the channel, please don't hesitate to let me know, and I will do just that. Which reminds me, one of our lovely ladies sent me a message thanking me very much for putting on Colour Me Nordic, the American website for buying Gummy Pan dies, and she received her dies. I think they were her first set of Gummy Pan dies recently, and she's absolutely delighted both with the service, with the site itself, with the service they provided, and most importantly with their dies. So that was lovely, and I wouldn't have been able to give you that information if it hadn't been for another nice lady leaving a comment and letting me know that that's where she was able to get her dies in America. I don't think you can get them in Australia, unfortunately, but if that has changed or does change, please let me know, and I will share that with the group. Okay, I'll go and get on with the day. I hope you have a lovely, lovely morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care and happy crafting. Thank you. Bye-bye now.